Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxer. Today's guest is a young southpaw welterweight. He boxes out of IBoxgym. He's doing big things in the pro scene already, and his name, Elliot Whale. Yeah, see, that was a bit of a build up, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's all good. Obviously, got this pandemic and that going on, so the training and that's not been as intense. But I'm still going to the boxing gym, doing a few runs. But yeah, I'm just waiting on a fight date now, and hopefully not too soon. I
see that you've been doing some really good sparring though. I saw that on social media. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, in about November, I was obviously sparring Pierce because obviously we do a lot of things in house. But recently we've had that Ryland Charlton come down, and I've done a couple of rounds with him. Yeah, that's good sparring. Obviously, I've done 4 rounds because he was doing 4 with me, then 4 with Ginge. Yeah, no, it's good sparring because he's very he's fit and he's he can take a punch. He's tough, so yeah, he brings out the best in me. So it's good sparring, yeah.
What's good though also is he's kind of having a big step up in his career after beating Joe Laws. And what's again nice for you guys is you've got quality sparring. Don't get me wrong, in your own gym, but it's nice, isn't it, to get somebody fresh in, a fresh face?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think when you're sparring in house, we're all pals. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as competitive. Obviously, we're sparring properly. We're not going easy, but it's not as competitive. When someone comes in from a different gym, it's a bit more oh yeah, you want to up the game a bit more. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, he'll have that same thing coming to our gym. He's going to want to say, yeah, look, this is me now. You're sparring. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good. It's good for both of us.
It's kind of standard though, isn't it? Because it's your kind of thoughts, I guess, are people coming into our gym.
Yeah, you got to show them. You got to show them, don't you? God, this is it's a hard night for you. And obviously they're coming here to prove to us, I can be in here with you, sort of thing.
September was your last fight, Corey McCulloch. Oh, mate, listen, let's just talk about beautiful. You've started to find your range really nicely, and then you just finished it with a nice, delicious short range shot. Talk to me about
obviously,
that.
He was unbeaten and that, so I knew that he was going to come to win. Do you know what I mean? He obviously wanted to keep his own and stuff. It took me about 30 seconds, really. He started quite quick, and it took me 30 seconds to get my range. And I was missing a bit, and he's getting me with a right hand, a couple of right hands. And then, I started finding my rhythm. And then, the shot, I was working on the pads with, obviously, Eddie. And Al was doing some bits about shortening my work. And, I could see as he comes in, he kind of had a wide open space, and I thought, I can get him here. Then, I just got him with a nice little body shot, and he didn't get back up from it, so I was happy.
Yeah, it was sweet, to be fair. I mean, you are a tall, rangy fighter, but you can work inside, so it was nice to see the both. Do you know what I mean?
It's good because my frame, obviously I'm about 6 foot. My frame, the people look at me and think, he's just a tippy-tappy boxer. Do you know what I mean? But since I turned about 19, I started doing my strength conditioning. I was a bit of a late starter, and I've actually developed quite a good punch power. And so it's good because people think, they can walk through me and that. Then when they feel the power, they don't want to. And I can work on the inside as well. So it's a tough night for people, I think.
To be fair as well, let's not get it twisted. I've been down the iBox for many years, watching the sparring, filming and stuff. I don't think there's ever an easy night sparring there, is there?
I think now it's probably the best it's ever been down iBox. Obviously they've had British champions and that before, and it's a good gym. But now I think all the boys there, I think pretty much everyone there could be a British champion. I think we're all good enough to be British champions, and obviously we all want to be world champions. We don't want to stop at British or thingy. And I think this is the first time in the gym that we got a potential thingy world champions there. In my opinion, that's what I think anyway. So the sparring's top notch. It's really good.
It's a good vibe down there and all.
Yeah, we all get on in that. Obviously we all joke and laugh about and that, but when we're training, we're switched on.
Some serious work going on down there, and I don't know if you saw Sam Noakes' interview, the one that he did with me, but he actually said that you are the most underrated boxer at IBoxgym. Would you agree?
Sam said that, yeah. Yeah, Do you know what? Yeah, I'm a bit of a dark horse. I was underrated my whole amateur career. And I think I'm going to go a bit unnoticed as a pro for a bit. I'm not very much on the social media side of things. I could be, but it's not who I am. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be posting videos of me walking down the street talking. Like it's not what I do. If I do it, it'd be false. Do you know what I mean? But I've got a great team, MTK, and my ability-wise, I know when I get these fights and I'm in there with these fighters, I'll win, and I'll put my name will get put out there from ability. Obviously, I do understand you do have to. I probably do have to get a little bit better with the social media things and that. But yeah, I think I'll be quite unnoticed, and I think I am underrated. But if I keep, I'll fight anyone. MTK get me the right fights, and if I keep winning, then I'll soon be noticed that way.
To be honest with you, Elliot, there's a lot of boxers, and this is what I do like to bang on about it, because there are a lot of boxers like yourself that they're just not into the social media. They want to box. They kind of do it out of necessity. To be fair, I think you've got the ability where it might take a little bit longer, but believe you and me, you are going to get noticed.
Yeah, definitely. I know that myself. Like, some people can talk their way into these sort of fights and stuff. Like, fair enough. That it's an entertainment business at the end of the day. I don't like if that's how they do it. And good luck to them. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, that's not the way that I really do things. But I know. Probably not this year, but at the end of next year, I could be fighting for British titles and winning them. Like, I believe in my own ability and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not too worried if I go a little bit unnoticed now, because I know obviously when in the end I will be noticed and people will like recognise me. I'm not too bothered about all fame and stuff. I'm here to win world titles, and that comes with it. Do you know what I mean? It will come with it, but for now, I don't mind if I've got 2,000 followers or 20,000 followers on Instagram. It don't matter to me. Do you know what I mean? I've got my fan base; they support me. I've got my area supporting me, and then obviously the rest will come with other. Like, as I keep winning and getting more like on TV and stuff like that, people will start to recognise me as a good fighter, and hopefully they want to be part of the team as well.
So, because of the lack of competition, as in journeymen from abroad, you guys are having to obviously fight more people that, let's say 50-50 fights. Are you, or would you say that Elliot Whale is ready for as many 50-50 fights as he can get?
The journeyman fights you have to do, obviously they're learning fights. And don't get me wrong, if you fight too many 50-50 fights, you might go out the rankings too quick. And like, there might be 6-rounders. You're not ready for a 12-rounder. Do you know what I mean? But for now, I'm definitely ready to fight people around my sort of rankings. I've got Al Smith, obviously, then Adam, MTK. They pick my fights, but yeah, I'm happy to be involved in them sort of fights. It's what they're better. They make me train harder, and I just think if you look at my last performance, that hopefully that happens more when I've got 50-50 fights instead of journeymen that just like shut up shot and survive. I've got people that are trying to win, and then yeah, the bet that would make me better.
I like the way that you have explained, that if you take some fights too soon, then it will push you up the rankings. And like you say, some people might think that that's great, but then there's the experience, isn't there, that you get on that journey.
I think if you look at the rankings, maybe top 10 of the British welterweights, in my opinion, even the British champion, in my opinion, ability-wise, I'm right up there. But I couldn't go and fight the British champion now because he's a 12-round fighter. He's a seasoned pro. And it's just, you know what I mean? You have to take the right fights. You have to build yourself up. Obviously, I wouldn't want to go 12-0 fighting 12 journeymen because that's just not what I'm about. But I know that you obviously have to build up 6 rounds, 8 rounds. So ability-wise, I think I'm up there with them boys anyway. But yeah, obviously they're just at a different stage in their career at the minute. But I will obviously end up meeting some of them down the line.
Yeah, most definitely. You've got loads of time on your hands, haven't you, really?
Yeah, I'm only 23.
So I've heard that, well, it sounds really bad, doesn't it? I've heard that you would rather miss the southern area level and go straight up to sort of British level. Not necessarily now, but what's your thinking behind that?
All right. Well, Southern Area title and even an English title doesn't really appeal to me. It's not. I want to be British, Commonwealth, European, world. They're the stages I want to go through. That's no disrespect to anyone that's got that belt or won that belt, because we've had boys like Bradley Ski, even Lewis Pettit, Johnny Garton. They won it, and then they've gone on to go on and win British titles and things like that. So obviously it's a good stepping stone. It's just something that hasn't really interested me. Where I was a decent level amateur and stuff like that, I didn't really think about that. I spoke to Al, and he's obviously said if the fight did come up and he goes through it all, then he'll take it. Yeah, it's fair enough. Like, it adds a belt, but yeah, it's not actually in my first plans to go and get that. I'd rather just go for the British, but yeah, we'll see what happens anyway.
I'd like to talk about your amateur career because it's not long since you turned over. So, was the first gym that you laced your first pair of gloves up, was it Nemesis?
Yeah, the first gym I laced my gloves up was Nemesis. Then I stayed there my whole career. Yeah, I stayed there. I went there at 8 with a couple of my friends. Like, we was playing football, so we went to get foot for football, and then my two mates give up in 2 weeks, and I just loved it. And I just stayed there. And I remember we had a coach, Steve Roach. He was like the founder with Tony, and he used to pad me when I was about 8, 9, and he used to say, like, he had a massive, like, heavily Irish accent. And he used to be like, "Oh, you're going to be a world champion. You're going to," and I used to believe him. Do you know? Like, I didn't know if he was. You don't know. I was just a kid, yeah. But I used to go home thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be a world champion." Then, then obviously I just loved it, and I used to and I just stayed there. Then obviously I was about 10, and I moved up to like the bigger session. Then that's when Tony sort of took over. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was going to fight and that. Then I was with Tony from like obviously 8 till 21, I think. It was good. I loved it. It's a proper gym.
Proper gym, decent gym, and I have to say, so Tony, I think Tony's an incredible coach. I did my level 3 with Tony, but I tell you what I used to love about Nemesis. I'm a judge as well, and when you guys used to come out, right, or when any of the kids used to come out from Nemesis, you knew that the kid was going to be able to box, and you knew the kid was going to be able to move their feet.
Well, I think that was Tony's. That was his thing. Do you know what I mean? Because when he used to box, he used to say when he used to box, he used to be like a tear ass. He used to just love fighting. Then he used to say he always like if he'd get beat by a boxer and that. So when he actually started coaching, he made us all move our feet and be good boxers and stuff like that. So he taught me the fundamentals. And then if it weren't for him and the actual whole club, I probably wouldn't be here today because they just kept. I was just there the whole time. They was like my family sort of thing, and I'm still in contact with pretty much all my mates now. Like, I've got go about with all people. I've met through boxing, all through Nemesis, all from the same area sort of thing. So I'm so glad I went there.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I really like Tony, and what good advice as well, because a lot of boxers that turn into coaches, they tend to have the kids boxing like, oh, well, I used to box like that, so they'd get them boxing like them. In actual fact, what a brilliant piece of advice, do you know what I mean?
He might have lost more fights than he won or whatever, I don't know, but he made us all box, and obviously it paid off because he had loads of had a few like national champions and stuff like that. Like, it's a credit to the sport, to be fair.
So you did really well. I mean, you fought. I remember you fought Joe Laws, and you beat him in the amateurs.
Yeah, I beat some good amateurs. I boxed that Stephen McKenna. I beat him. I beat Stephen McKenna. He's on we're just signed with Hennessy now, but he's about 6'7" 0. He's good from Ireland. Yeah, I've got some real good fighters. Obviously, I've been beat by a couple as well, but it is what it is, isn't it? But that's good. I've mixed it with the best.
Yeah. Did you? Is it 2 semi-finals you reached and 1 final in the Elite Championships?
Yeah, I've got. So the first one I got beat by Lou McCormack. That was my first year as a senior. At the time, I don't know, like, I think emotions and that, I just thought, it was close. Then when I watched it back, it wasn't as close as what I thought. But I think I give him a good fight for someone like I probably give him the best fight in these competitions. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously I had the GB assessment through because of it. I didn't get on. Then I when again the next year at 64 kilos, I got to the semis. I boxed Isaac Milburn, and I thought I won. It was close. It was a close fight, but I thought I won. Didn't get the decision, which I was gutted because Dalton Smith got to the final, and I would like to fight him like when I was an amateur. Do you know what I mean? Because my idea when I'm an amateur, even now, sort of thing, I wanted to fight the best. So when we got through to the quarters, you get seeded. So I wanted to get seeded against Luke McCormack because he's the best. He's number one. I wanted to see where I was compared to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was a great amateur. He's a great amateur. Do you know what I mean? So then obviously the next year, Dalton was the number one. So I wanted to fight Dalton because obviously we boxed for England with each other, and yeah, I'd get on with him. But he was the number one. And when you watched him the whole competition, you could tell he was like the level. You know what I mean? He was a good fighter. So I wanted to mix it in with him. And obviously, I didn't get the chance to do that. But then the next year, I got to the final, and I got beat in the final.
Is that when you were in a Mardi and you didn't want to do an interview?
I didn't want to do an interview. Yeah, that is do you know why? Because I don't know. It all just went. Everything was going well. The whole competition. Like I'd knocked 2 people out. I'd beaten everyone. Like got there, and I was boxing Harvey, another good boxer. And I'd beat him, and then the first couple of rounds, I don't know, it just didn't get going. Then the third round, I won quite comfortably. And if you watch it back, I had him out on his feet, yeah. And I just after I just thought, why didn't I just do that from round one? If I'd done that from round one, I'd have been ABA champion. Do you know what I mean? Something that I wanted to be for so long. I wanted to win it for my coach, Tony. I wanted to win it for the club. I wanted to win it for myself. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought, why didn't I just do... If I'd just done that from round one, I could have either stopped him or won it quite comfortably, in my opinion. And then I just thought, that's it, man. Like, all that. And then I didn't win. So I was just fuming with myself, not nothing else. So I didn't want to do an interview and that. But I've been doing plenty of interviews now.
Oh, now you want to do an interview? No, to be fair, you were expected to win that competition. But do you think now, looking back, that maybe it was a blessing in disguise? I don't know.
Definitely a blessing in disguise, because if I'd won that, I probably would have got another GB assessment. I probably would have got on the GB squad because Harvey got put on it. Obviously, all the boxing the 3 nations. I think Harvey boxed someone called Sam Hickey from Scotland and then someone else. Well, when I was trying to go pro, I weren't really doing much. And then I got a call up for England to fight that Sam Hickey, and I beat him. So I would have probably, I don't know who the other guy was, but if I had done him, I probably would have won gold at 3 nations. Then I would have got on GB. Then I'd still be an amateur. And really, I think my style's like it's much better suited to the pros. I'm enjoying the pro games like a lot more as well. I'm with a good team. I've got a good team around me. I'm as much as I was gutted at the time. Now it's sort of like old news now, and I'm happy on the journey I'm on, and I'm glad that I am here. I'd much rather be here now than probably fighting on GB and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, fair play to you. Just share one of your best memories of the amateur scene.
Probably winning my first national title. I was only 46 kilos. I was tiny, and I boxed every round, and then got to the final, and I boxed Niall Farrell. He's on the GB now. We had a close fight and that, and I got the win. And I just remember when they lifted up my hand, everything just went black, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And I got out of the ring the wrong side. I got out of his corner, where I just was like so happy. And then obviously after that, I boxed for England, which is another good memory and stuff like that. So yeah, they're probably my best memories.
Were you still sort of long, even though you were 46 kilos? Did you say 46 kilos? Were you still like really long, just little limbs?
I was so skinny, very, very skinny. Like I look ill. I'm proper ill, honestly. If you see photos of me then, I was little. I was small, but still taller than everyone else. but no, had the same sort of build to me. He was quite tall and slim as well. But yeah, I've always been like taller than most of my opponents. But yeah, I was very skinny then. Cool.
To be fair, right, I look back at pictures of when I'm boxing, right, I have boxed at 11 stone 2, which was far too that. Well, I actually didn't box it that way. I actually did kickboxing it that way, which was ridiculous. And I fought supposed to be it's supposed to be middleweight, but I came in a little bit lighter. I just look like a stick with 2 stick legs.
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm like that now, though. So you can't really get them any bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like the thighs and that, they're getting a bit stronger, but they're not very big.
What would you say is the best memory of your pro career so far?
Probably making my debut at your call on the Golden Contract undercard. My support there was just unreal. Like, on people watching it on Sky, all you could hear was them chanting my name and that, and the whole way through as well. They didn't shut up. Then it was just the best thing ever. Then I remember walking out. I remember Al was like, "Right, be serious, stare at your opponent, blah blah blah." I've walked out and I'm just smiling, laughing. I'm thinking, "Oh, I can't do all that," and I'm just so happy. I was just smiling, and everyone was just cheering, going mad, singing my song and that. I thought, "Oh, this is just unreal." And then, then that's probably my best moment.
To be fair, that probably unnerved your opponent more, you grinning and smiling in his face.
Yeah, probably. But I wasn't even about that. I just forgot he was even in there. I can't really remember the whole debut. I can only remember my fan, like all of my support. Do you know what I mean? Because they were just so loud, and it was just unreal. Really good it was.
Let's play a little game. I'm going to ask you a question. You've got to say the first thing that comes into your head. You can't think about it. Okay? Should we have a practice?
Yeah, all right.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Oh, McDonald's.
You're quick. Yeah, we don't need it. You ready? Start stretching.
All right.
Who is the best pads person in IBoxgym?
Ow.
Okay. Do you know what's made me laugh about that? Is like everyone else gets all like, I can't really.
No, I think Al, but like Eddie, I love doing pads with Eddie because he breaks down fights and your opponent. Do you know what I mean? Like we were practicing certain shots, and I obviously that's nothing like I love doing the pads with both of them. But yeah, I think Al, yeah.
To be fair, Elliot, you can't dig yourself out of a hole now.
No, but I don't want Eddie to think that I've been a Judas. You know what I mean?
Who is the biggest prankster in the gym?
Probably Al or Eddie.
Yeah, actually, probably Al. Does he still do the mask thing?
Him and Eddie have murder around the mask, or if I'm in the shower, they'll come in and scream and try and make you jump and that. Yeah, them two are probably the biggest pranksters.
Who do you hate sparring the most and why?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I like sparring. I don't mind. I'm not sure. That's a hard one. I don't know that one.
You just like sparring?
All beneficial, so I don't really mind sparring anyone.
Who's the most annoying in the gym?
Dennis, when he's making weight. Dennis, the fight week, so grumpy. But when he's not making weight like now, and he's in the gym, he's unreal. Do you know what I mean? He's so funny at that. But when he's making weight, obviously, like that.
Who's the most untidiest?
Dennis, probably. Bags everywhere and that.
If you could be any other boxer in the world, male or female, who would it be?
Canelo Alvarez, probably. He's the man, isn't he?
Is that because he's hot and you just want like everyone to love you?
He just got loads of money, loads of titles, and probably could get any woman that he wants.
To be fair, I think you're right. Like, I don't know any woman, right? Literally, I don't know any woman that doesn't think that he's hot.
Well, that'd be me if I could be another fighter.
So, you're back today training. Have you got any sort of dates coming up?
No, obviously they said February, like they tried getting out in February, but then the board cancelled all the January shows. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen now with maybe it might be beginning of March or something. But yeah, I'm ticking over. I'm doing more running and getting fitter, sparring. So yes, I'm getting back to normal now. I'm just literally waiting for the phone call, and then I can intensify the training a little bit more, and get myself ready.
Elliot, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been lovely to watch your journey in the amateurs and your journey in the pros to date. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
That's right. I just want to say a quick thank you to my sponsors, City Post, because they've obviously stuck by me for this whole time. Last year, only boxed twice. They still believe in me. They stuck by me, and they're amazing people, and I'm so thankful to have them in my team. So here's for a good 2021.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.